Hi, I'm Michael Salgado. I just want to let you guys know that I've got your questions here, and I'm going to be answering some of the questions you guys asked me on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one. See what you got here. Okay, this is from Dorali Zarate. She asked, are you watching your health, buddy? Of course, always, had a little bit of a scare, I guess a year ago, with some strokes. And luckily it was something that doctors were able to take care of. So I guess, since some years back, I've always, done the best that I can to take care of my health and eat right and work out. So doing that, so thank you very much, Dorali, for that question and your concern on that as well. So Cynthia Martinez, she asked, what is the craziest thing you've experienced so far with your new baby? Well, I think it's, my last baby is now 22 years old. So I think sleeping is something that I'm experiencing now, not getting a lot of, because she stays up kind of late. So we're trying to get her into the, into a sleeping schedule. But that's something new, of course. I always get home and she's waiting with a smile, and so that's always nice to see. There's so many things that I experience with her now, and she's, I know she's gonna walk here pretty soon, hopefully, and she's kind of taking the steps and kind of thing she does when she wakes up. She starts talking right away, just kind of saying things, but not making any sense yet. So I'm hoping that she gets to talking here real soon. So, but I think it's the lack of sleeping that I'm getting, that I'm experiencing now, 22 years later. So to answer your question, por ahí, Cynthia. Next question is from Sofia Sanchez. Her question is, how do you balance family and work? For me, family drives me to strive to do better. What is your impact in community, your success? Do you pay it forward? Okay, well, as far as the first question, how do I balance family and work? I mean, it's tough, because, my wife and my family, of course, a lot of my kids, Michael Jr., Katrina, Andrew, they're in the business, but have Alessandra now, who's 1 year old, and of course a new baby coming in July. So it's tough now, especially with the new babies now and so forth. Trying to do the shows and touring and then back home and doing the dad things, and so it's quite it gets tough. But we do the best we can to balance that out. As far as as far as her saying, her family drives her to strive better, and that's good, and that's what I do. Same thing for me, I try to be the best that I can be, in my career for my family, and for myself. So, third question she had, what is your impact on the community? Well, I'm hoping that, that it's good, I think that, I try to do as much as I can. I have my new foundation, que se llama Para Mi Gente, ¿no? It's a foundation that I started. Actually, my daughter started, Katrina, a while back for me. And so, what we do is in the, when families are in need, we try to help out with those funds. We try to help out in the time of holidays and Christmas, we buy gifts for the kids, because there's a lot of kids out there that don't, receive a gift, sadly. So I think that it's very important to be able to make a child smile on Christmas Day, it's a special day. And so we try to pay it forward that way, I try to pay it forward that way and try to do as much as I can for the community and for people, because it's just the right thing to do. And so hope I've answered some of those questions for you, Sophia. Let me see what else we got here. Next question is from Rachel Garcia, no? She says, do you believe in God? And if you do, why? That's definitely a yes. God is somebody that I hold very dear daily, I talk to him. I say my prayers at night. I pray my our fathers, try to do it every morning as much as I can. But, I reach out to him, to kind of guide me and direct me in life and pray for my family. And he is very important part of my life in everything that I do. So yes, on that, for sure. God is very important to me in my life, for my family as well. Next question is from Judy Alva, I believe it is. She says, "You're the best piano singer." Thank you. Where did you get that beautiful voice? Well, not sure. I mean, my dad was, had his band. He had a singer, so probably from my father. I grew up by his side. He had a band when I was very young, 7 years old. He had a band, and I started singing with him. We did things like, my dad was always the type of person that when we were at home, he had his music playing, and he always had his guitar, and so I was always there by him and wanting to sing songs with him, and I did several times. So those are memories that you can't, you just can't make up. That it's just great memories that I had as a child, and so things I'm always going to remember. But I think it just kind of comes from the family already, my father and him being in the music and all. So let's go to the next question here. Iris Hinojosa. She says, "Michael, did you ever imagine when you began your music journey that you'd be here, here today, blessed with so much success and wonderful family life?" Not at all. For me, back in the days, it was just, when I was very young, I was simply chasing the dream and hoping to reach success. Had a lot of different jobs in construction and refineries, and drove some on the farm tractors, and worked in car washes and cut grass and did everything. Because a lot of people don't know that maybe about me, but I did a lot of different things, and thanks to my father that taught us these things when we were growing up. Because when we grew up, we were cutting grass, we were selling fruit, watermelons, we worked on the farm, so we were always doing something. So when I was playing music and playing the bars, we started playing the bars, because I started with my dad. Then some years passed, and I decided I wanted to do something, record and things like that. My dad left the band after a while, so I kind of took over, and so that was always my dream, to be somebody and to have my music heard. And I remember the first time I heard my song on the radio. We were actually what they call it, in el chapeo, cotton picking, and I mean, as far as cotton, cutting the weeds out of the cotton area, So I remember my dad told me, "Hey, they're playing your song on the radio," and he was driving the tractor, and so it's a great feeling. I always remember that. But I never imagined so much success 24 years later, still in this business, thanks to you guys, all the fans that make it possible. Gracias a Dios que lo hizo posible para mí, and we're still trucking today and echándole ganas, y pues es lo más bonito, poder vivir el sueño, living the dream, I call it, because I get up every day and do what I love to do, and so it's really great. And so that's, it's just something I could never imagine, but it's been a great ride so far. Next question is from Naomi Trejo, por ahí. She said, "Do you get mad when other bands sing your songs and they mess them up?" Because I do. I love your music always, all the way from Immokalee, Florida. Well, thank you, Naomi. Pues la verdad, I don't get mad because, I think we all start that way. When I started, I used to play songs that Ramon Ayala, Cornelio, and, who knows, I probably messed them up then too. But we all kind of got to start somewhere. And so, I think we got to give them props. They're trying to live the dream. And it's great that they're starting with my music, and maybe, I'm their influence. And so, it's just something I think that happens with all bands that start up. They got to start, they got to have an influence by some type of artist, Next question, Cynthia Martínez. ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta comer, no? Pues un poquito de todo, la verdad. No, pues a mí me gusta la comida, claro, pues la comida mexicana, la comida italiana, ¿no? La china también. También pues un buen steak, ¿no? No hace mal de vez en cuando. Entonces, pues un poquito de todo, ¿no? No soy muy así que diga que no me gusta esto o lo otro, pero casi todo, ¿no? And it says, that special food that transports you to a wonderful place, time of your life. Man, I think I would have to say, I remember my mom cooking, food at home when we used to live on the farm back in the day, it's always great, or Thanksgiving dinner when my mom used to prepare, all the great, turkey and hacía el pavo, hacía pues toda la comida, todos los postres, todo. I mean, it was takes me back to those days, the farm days. Of course, los frijoles y todo el arroz, todo eso, ¿no? Me lleva para atrás a los tiempos de cuando veía a mi abuela, ¿no? Mi abuelo, que hacían, siempre llegaba yo a su casa, ¿no? Y siempre tenían frijolitos ahí refritos, pura vida, ¿no? Esa comida, y me lleva a esos tiempos bonitos en mi vida, ¿no? Entonces, pues son bonitos recuerdos. Next question from Lucy Murillo, actually. Would you be willing to say a little prayer for my daughter, Monica? She's a young teen who's going through some really hard times. Maybe one for me too, that I have the strength, patience, and wisdom to help her. Thank you. You're an awesome, by the way. Love everything you do. Well, of course, I want to say, I pray to God that you and your daughter, that He guides your daughter on a good road, that He blesses her with His hand, show her the right road, for a better life in her future, and to help you guide her, give you the patience, and just to be there for her in this time where she's going, through things that sometimes kids go through, and just be there for them and love them and give them advice, and in the Lord's name we pray for you guys in that, and so thank you very much por ahí a Lucy. I hope you guys, things get better for you guys. We're going to pray to God por ahí, We got another question, Marianne Cavazos. She asks, what do you do in your spare time? Well, normally, when I get a chance, now it's kind of, don't have a lot of spare time with the baby, because, we spend a lot of time with Mija Alessandra. So that's where a lot of my spare time goes. Back in the day, I used to like going to the movies or going to the gym. I do more of my workout at home now. And so a lot of time is kind of taken up with Mija Alessandra. Every now and then, me and my wife will go eat, nice dinner. So that's kind of what we like to do. Not too much, nothing too crazy, Next question from Cindy Macias Lugo. Her question is, Michael, did you used to live in Stanton, Texas? Yes, I used to live there back when I was younger, probably about 16, 17, till I was about 22, actually. So, that's where my dad's family's from. All my family's from out there, from West Texas, Stanton, Texas area. I was actually born out there in Big Spring, Texas. So all that area, we traveled, Big Spring, Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, Texas, all that area, we're very familiar. Those are our old stomping grounds, never forget that area. Next question is from Maggie Craig. Her question is, what or who is your inspiration? Who do you get started? How do you get started writing a new song? What inspires you? Well, my first inspiration is my father, because he's the one that, since I was very young, I kind of grew up with him. As I said before, he always had his guitar and we were always singing at home. As far as an artist, I would have to say Ramon Ayala, Eliseo Robles, Cornelio Reina, are one of my biggest inspirations in the music. When I got started, I used to sing some of their tunes. back in the day, in the bar days, they used to call me Ramon Ayala Chiquito, back in those days. And so, I have to say my father and those gentlemen, Ramon Ayala, Eliseo Robles, Cornelio. This question is from Alex Aguilar. He asks, Max Salgado, when can we expect an all-country CD? Well, Alex, I'm working on that as we speak. I'm working on a new song. It's going to be coming out real soon, entitled Honky Tonk Education. I guess you could say it's kind of the follow-up of Honky Tonk Cantinas. It's a great song. It's going to be a great club song, really upbeat. Hopefully, we're going to be uploading that on all the digital sites this month of June real soon. So coming up, so be looking out for that, Honky Tonk Education. And going to be working on some songs real soon to put a full country CD out for you guys. I know you've been asking me for one for a while, so I'm hoping to do that here real soon, Alex. So be looking forward to that. David Mata, he asks, hey Michael, love your music. Would you consider doing some oldies? Yeah, of course. We every now and then I'll do something, something older, and we're probably even going to be cutting some covers, some older songs that I heard back in the day, on my new CD coming out real soon. So you might be hearing some oldies from there, but it just depends, I guess, what type of oldies you mean. But if you mean like older songs, of course, every now and then I like to add a cover on some oldie stuff. Next question is from, I believe it's Clean Perez. Question is, if you had a chance to save someone's childhood, would you do it? Of course, I think that, a person's childhood is very important and very sacred. I can say that my childhood was great, growing up on the farm and driving tractors and being with my family, and I could never ask for more. It was great memories for me, and I'll never regret them. It's great times and good times, bad times, but something that I'll always cherish. So yeah, I think that would be great, to be able to do that for somebody. Let me see what else we got here. A couple of questions. We got a question from Maricela Lopez. Her question is, what has been your proud accomplishment in the music industry, Michael? Well, I think it's been the growth of the fans and just the love of the fans. I think is the biggest thing, that I've been able to accomplish, because back when I was starting, I was chasing the dream, wanting somebody to hear my music and like it. So now, there's thousands of fans, millions of fans out there that love my music, and so I think that's the biggest thing. I've of course endured some other great accomplishments. I've won several awards, Down Music Awards. I've won a couple of Latin Grammys, Billboard Awards, some different awards, Pura Vida Awards. So those things have all been a great accomplishment in my life. Now having my own label, Zurdo Records, is another great accomplishment. Having these new artists, Magali, my son Andres, and probably some new artists coming in the future. So just being able to, start in a van and a trailer and chase the dream, and now you'll be able to do what I do, every week, and now have the label and working with my family is just a great accomplishment altogether. Next question is from Lilia Salgado. I think this is a family member. Saludo, eh? Have you ever sang at a funeral? Yeah, I have. Actually, I've done several. People have asked, to do. People have hired me to do different funeral events in different cities, and so I remember we did one where I actually took the whole band. They'd hired us to perform some songs at a funeral. So I have done some funerals in different occasions. Of course, the request is Cruz de Madera, of course. So I have done it. Next question is from Sandra Amaya. She says, love your music. She said, what inspires you when you sing? I think that, For me, I like a good beer drinking song. I like love songs. I like songs that talk about real life. Like you got your Cruz de Madera, those type of songs. But I just think that a great melody on a song really, really inspires me. Great lyrics, of course, it really inspires me to sing a good song. For sure. Next question from Sandra Amaya. Actually, this is one I just answered, so let's move to the next one here. I've got a question from Clean Perez. He said, actually, this one's already one I've answered also. Let me see if this one is this one also. Let me see if we got some other different questions in here. See what we got in here. Okay, this one is from Melissa Ariano Reina Valera. Wow, big name. Solo para Melissa. Eh? She says, how old are you? You look so young. Well, I'm 48, and thank you very much. I hope to, I like to think of myself as young, and feel young, so I'm trying to beat time here. But yeah, thank you very much for that. A question from Jacqueline Ramirez. She says, at what age did you start playing the accordion? I was about 12 years old when I started. And actually, I started playing bass before the accordion. So I used to play bass first. Then I started learning a little bit of the bajo sexto. And then I always liked the accordion, I always wanted to be up front. And so I learned the accordion, and I think I started playing it when I was about 12, 13, around there. Next question is from Norma Leticia, no? It says, what is your favorite thing about your career? I think it's performing on stage. It's probably the one of the greatest things that I love about my career. Also, being able to meet the people, and how people really get excited when they meet you and they're so happy, and to be able to accomplish some dreams for people, when they want me to send them certain things, a video, or all that's really great. That's something that's really inspiring for me in the music business. So I think that those are a few things that I think that I really enjoy about being in the music business. Next question is from Nina Alvarado. What is your favorite food? Well, that's hard to say. Well, it just depends. I mean, I like a good Italian food. It's something I really like. But it's hard for me. I don't know that I have a favorite food. I do like Italian. I do like some good Mexican food. So, and put it around there somewhere. We got a question from Norma Perez. I think there's a few questions she's got. She says, I have some questions for you. Hopefully you can answer all of them so we can know you better. Some might have been asked on the past, but it'd be great if you could answer for your newest fans out there. Okay, our first question is, what's your strongest memory of your childhood? I think my strongest is remembering, I guess before I even existed, I remember walking down a farm road where I used to live, over there close to Hermely, Texas. That's probably one of the strongest memories I have. I'm kind of walking down the road, and it's kind of like, you got to cross street and everything, but I can see where I used to live, my house down here, and the cross street where the bus used to pick us up, and so that's probably one of my strongest memories there. Next question is, what job have you done other than being an artist? Well, I answered some of those earlier. One would be, I grew up on the farm, so I drove tractor. I did some tractor driving for a little while, and then I went to work construction. I was a laborer, working as a laborer, doing sheetrock. And then from there, I went to work at a refinery. I was kind of a fire watch, did that job. Was not too crazy about it, but you got to stand up in high refinery, so a little scary there. But and then I did, I started as an apprentice plumber, actually a labor helping a plumber, and then after a while, I went up to apprentice plumber.
There you go.
And just before my song hit, Cruz de Madera, I was working on getting my plumber's license to be maybe a master plumber someday. What superpower would you like to have and why? I mean, I guess I would like to fly, maybe, and be kind of like Iron Man or something like that, maybe. Next question is, what's the best piece of advice you've been given? I think it's, a friend of mine told me, save your money and take care of your money, and because because I think he saw me, and at the time I was, very successful with Cruz de Madera, and he said, take care of your money, because it doesn't last all the time, and so, that was good advice. He just, I don't know, there's so much advice that different people have given me that, it's hard to say, but all of it's been great, and I think something else that was always stuck with me is, don't get lost in the riches of the world and lose your soul in the process. And I think that's something very important for everyone to remember, don't lose your soul for the riches of the world. What did you feel, or what do you feel is the best song you've ever released, and why? Well, without a doubt, it would have to be Cruz de Madera. I think Cruz de Madera, because, it's just, the song, for one, if you hear the message, it just talks about real life and what people want when they die, and, everyone just wants something simple, and also maybe have a party, right, and to celebrate their life, their humble life. And I think that that song being so successful now, 24 years later, it's one of my strongest songs, and I think, has paved the way, and will be a song that will be remembered even when I'm gone. That will be a song that I recorded, and that fans will remember by me. And so, and I'm glad to have that song, because I think every big artist has that one song that identifies with them, and I think Cruz de Madera is that song for me. What is your goal? Well, professionally, to be, to reach higher and higher, and to try to, have my music reached, all over where everyone can hear it and know who Michael Salgado is. I think I want Michael Salgado to be a household name, not solely United States, pero México también, que esté mi música en todos lados, ¿no? En diferentes países, donde se escuche por todos lados, ¿no? I think that for me, it's always being better every day. I hope I've answered all your questions, guys. Thank you so much. Un saludo para todos ustedes. Thank you guys for being a fan, and we'll see you guys at a show real soon.